Mike Perry versus Mickey Gall took place in the co-main event of UFC Fight Night Vegas 4, Poirier versus Hooker, and all I have to say is this: what a meme. What a meme is Mike Perry. He's one of the greatest MMA memes of all time. Move over, James Vick's Iron Chin. Mike Perry's the biggest meme in MMA. What a performance from Mike Perry. Actually, I will go into the performance because I almost said what a performance there. But let's be honest, it wasn't the best Mike Perry we've ever seen. But he went out there and he did what needed to be done. And that is win a fight against Mickey Gall because his back was against the ropes. Regardless if you are Mike Perry or not, if you lose too many fights in a row, you're going to get cut from the UFC. So I'm so glad that we get to see more of Mike Perry. A great performance. It was a great first round. I actually thought Mickey Gall was looking pretty good in that first round. Then as the fight started to move on, I kind of started thinking to myself, okay, maybe it's not Mickey Gall looking too good. It's Mike Perry looking a little bit off. A little bit bad, in my opinion. Like, I feel like Mike Perry versus Vicente Luque shits all over that Mike Perry that showed up against Mickey Gall. Like, Mike Perry has these fights sometimes. Before the Jeff Neal TKO, I think the CTE that he got from the Jeff Neal TKO might have been life-changing, because this whole no cornermen thing is amazing, by the way, and we'll get into that in a second as well. But he didn't look that good in this fight. I thought he should have really had an easy time with Mike Perry, and with Mickey Gall, sorry. I thought he should have went out there and completely obliterated him. Probably should have got a KO in the first round. In fact, even dropped Mickey Gall at one point in the fight brutally. But Mickey Gall stayed in there. Mickey Gall's a tough dude, man. And I want to say this before we get into Mike Perry, because there is plenty to talk about when it comes to Mike Perry in this fight, and we'll get into the corner work. But you have to give it up to Mickey Gall, man. I don't think I know of a guy who's had more of a tough road than Mickey Gall. He literally wins one fight, and he's in the UFC. He wins another fight, and he's fighting CM Punk on the main stage in front of everyone. He doesn't really even know what he's doing yet, but he goes out there and beats CM Punk because, let's face it, it's CM Punk. Then he gets just thrown to Randy Brown, who's fighting Vicente Luque upcoming next, and is coming off a win against Wale Alves. Then he beats some other guys who are much further down the pecking order, and then he gets thrown to the wolves again. Straight up to Mike Perry. You've got to give it to Mickey Gall, man. You've got to give it to him. He's a tough guy, and he takes these fights, and he's learning on the go. He's a young guy who's been thrown into the UFC before he's ready, but he's still somewhat okay. I thought he was doing well in this fight. He showed some improvements in his stand-up. He showed some improvements in the way that he rolls with shots as well, because some of those Mike Perry shots that he was landing were pretty damn good. But I will say this about Mike Perry: we got some improvements that need to be done. I understand that you don't want to have cornermen in your corner, but still. He says he wants to move to a new gym and start up anew. I say go to Team Elevation, because they are taking over MMA right now, and he said he wants a gym around him. Team Elevation is pretty close by. Mike Perry at Team Elevation, you've got great training partners. You've got guys like Drew Dober in your weight class. Not in your weight class, but around your size. Drew Dober's a massive 155er. Mike Perry should go to there. Team Elevation. Drew Dober, Justin Gaethje, Kamaru Usman now training there during the Gilbert Burns fight camp. There's a bunch of guys at Team Elevation that I think could really bring out the best in Mike Perry. He needs a gym. I don't think he looked that good, man. He looked great, don't get me wrong. He looked like Mike Perry. I just think he could have done a little bit better that fight, and I would have expected a finish, but he went out there and he got the win, and that's all that matters, because now we get to see more of Mike Perry. But let's talk about the fucking cornering. I didn't hear any advice from Mike Perry's girlfriend throughout the entire fight, but one thing I did hear, and the only thing that I heard, was Mike Perry tell her that she looked great, don't worry about it. And then another moment where she's putting ice on his back, and she goes, anywhere you want ice? Oh yeah, on the back of my head. Thanks. And that was it. That was the genius corner work that Mike Perry's girlfriend brought to the table. Someone mentioned in my stream as well that he should have just had her give him a lap dance between rounds just to raise his testosterone levels. And I said, that's actually a pretty good idea. Legal testosterone raising. Bigfoot Silver would be jealous of Mike Perry in that situation. But still, Mike Perry, man, gets the win. Good win. I would have loved a KO. I don't know what happened to Mike Perry, but he seems a bit different recently in the ring. The Mike Perry that showed up against Vicente Luque was a great fighter that belonged in the top 15 in my opinion. When I saw him scrap out against Vicente Luque, I thought to myself, this guy, even with this loss, if his nose recovers, He's going to go out there and bounce back. Then he takes the loss to Jeff Neal, what I think is next for Mike Perry, and I think would be a great matchup, even though Nico Price is coming off a loss. I just kind of spoiled it. Is Nico Price. Mike Perry versus Nico Price. Sign me the fuck up any day. It's the meme showdown. The MMA meme showdown. Like, Mike Perry likes to take things to the ground, apparently now. He likes to go for takedowns. He was going for him against Mickey Gall. Strange, I know, but, you know, it's Mike Perry. He's going to do what Mike Perry does. Just Mike Perry things, really. But him versus Nico Price would be an absolute scrap, and I need to see it. I don't care if Nico Price is not coming off a win like Mike Perry is. They're close together in the rankings. I need to see that fight before I die. I don't want to say this. It may be more important to me than Khabib versus Ferguson. I'm just saying, Mike Perry versus Nico Price needs to happen. I will not rest until it happens. Both of them have just had fights. Nico Price is going to need a bit of time off. Let's get Mike Perry and Nico Price back in the cage in December for just one of the greatest fights I think we'll ever see. And I actually think Nico Price would have a good chance, but Mike Perry looked good, man. Amazing performance. He didn't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. He got the win, and he did what he needed to do. But he really didn't look good, man. I wish I could sit here and say that, and I know a lot of Mike Perry fans right now are going to be angry at me and saying, what could you do better? You're not fucking in there. He's the cage fighter. I get it, dude. Get your fucking insults out there, but I think Mike Perry looked fucking bad. I'm just going to say that now. He looked off. He looked terrible. He looked like he didn't have the same power. He looked like he didn't have the same accuracy. He didn't have the same chin. He even got cracked by Mickey Gall at one point in the first round and kind of stopped in his tracks. I thought he got rocked at one point in the first round as well. I mean, it's Mickey Gall, you know. He's a young kid learning on the fly. You should make him look like an absolute cunt and obliterate him in the first round. Obliterate him. I've just made up a new word. Not even obliterate. I'm skipping O's. I'm skipping vowels for this. You should have obliterated Mickey Gall in the first round. But he didn't. And I'll be honest with you, Mickey Gall at the weigh-ins was kind of shocking to me because he's a big boy for 170, and I actually put a sneaky little bet as an underdog for Mickey Gall, but I did predict Mike Perry to win. He got his hand raised. That's all that matters, and I just want to see him get back in there. I want to see what happens next. I don't think the Darren Till fight can ever happen. But if Mike Perry gets ranked at welterweight and Darren Till gets past Robert Whittaker and we just don't know what to do and Adesanya Costa's taken a while or the winner of Adesanya Costa gets injured, let's just make Mike Perry versus Darren Till, because one thing I do want to say after watching that fight, I like Mike Perry a lot. I think it would be illegal to put him in there with Darren Till. I think Darren Till would really, really sexually abuse him. Really badly. I think Darren Till would raw dog Mike Perry in there. Raw dog the hell out of him. I think it would be an ugly, ugly sight. And Darren Till would absolutely annihilate him. But I still want to see that fight. Just because I know the build-up will be some... I don't think I could count more websites made in a build-up of a fight than I can guarantee Darren Till versus Mike Perry will bring. I want to see Mike Perry as a cunt.com. I want to see Mike Perry almost lost to MickeyGall.com. I want to see everything from Darren Till. I need more websites. Buy more domain names. I need all of them. Great fight though, man. Amazing fight. Mike Perry's got heat with Darren Till. Let's make it. Let's just make it at some point. If Mike Perry gets past Nico Price, just give him number 15. Fuck Neil Magny. No one likes Neil Magny. Get rid of Neil Magny. Just give Mike Perry 15 if he beats Price. For no reason. Just completely break the rules of the ranking system. If Darren Till beats Robert Whittaker, just make it. Because the meme of it would be too much to pass up on. Mike Perry's got a lot of followers. I think his popularity is going to boom after this as well. Because he's going to be the one fighter who now has had his girlfriend in his corner. And I saw it in the bottom left of the screen. All of the other fighters are now saying that they want to have their girlfriends in the corner. Don't be no fucking copycats. Let this be Mike Perry's thing. Can fighters just stop doing that? You see one guy do something and you all have to fucking copy that shit. Just be a bit original. I saw everyone in the bottom left saying, I want to do this. I'm going to get my girlfriend's in the corner with me. Shit, I'm just going to bring my girlfriend next fight camp. My girl's going to be in my corner. Sean O'Malley was even saying it. Just let that be the Mike Perry thing. Mike Perry's the type of guy to have his girlfriend in his corner and not only win a fight, nay, Mike Perry is undefeated with his girlfriend only in his corner. I say we keep it going. I say we keep it going because the stats don't lie. He's undefeated with his girlfriend in his corner. Let's just keep the fucking meme going. I don't want to see him with Trevor Whitman from Team Elevation in his corner. I don't care. Just put him in there with his girlfriend. Let her just fucking give him a lap dance between the rounds. And that's all we need. Because Mike Perry, as a meme himself, is enough to make entertaining cards. Put him in there with Nico Price next. And just let the fucking fans enjoy themselves. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Mike Perry didn't look good. But, you know, he won. And for Mickey Gall, I don't know what's next. I really don't know what's next for Mickey Gall. He's in a tough position right now because there's not a lot of people ranked below him. And I was looking at the bottom of the rankings. Mickey Gall has a slim pickings of either Abubakar Nurmagomedov, which is a dangerous one that I know he doesn't want to take, Callum Potter, Sergey Kanzoko, Cole Williams, Anthony Ivy, or Zalim Imadiev. Any of those names would be good, but if he loses those ones, I think the Mickey Gall experiment has failed. I like Mickey Gall, but if he goes 6-4, I think it's time for him to go. 6-4 is only a record worthy of the women's flyweight division or the featherweight division, because, you know, if you're a female featherweight, you're in the UFC featherweight division. That's how it works. But yeah, Mickey Gall's got slim pickings. I hope he bounces back. I like Mickey Gall. Tough fight for him though. Mike Perry just got on top and won the rounds. Good job. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. See you later.